time is up. It's time to gather around, gather around. We're about to run through the buzz with your woes. I'm Zach Aldridge. He's Brandon Baylor. We are locked and loaded for another fresh hour. And, of course, we'll start off with the NFL.
Before we get to that, you got to bring in the money because it doesn't reside with you or me.
The timeline might say other things.
You know what? It's the other guy, Ryan Harris, who happens to be. That's the money right there. If we didn't need any money in New York, we definitely got it out in Denver. But let's go back to New York because last night, Bills and Jets, the AFC East on the line. And Jeff Olbrich, you're in charge of this guy. Aaron Rodgers, future Hall of Famer. Josh Allen, maybe a couple years in that conversation. We will see. They're trying to avoid their first three-game losing streak since 2018. And Allen doing everything he can here, Ryan, to toss it to Dawson Knox on third down.
Dip, dodge, dive, duck, and dive. I mean, what a throw that he got off after getting out of there. But that was just the first. He was starting to warm up.
Yeah, chirping there a little bit. 3 total touchdowns the first half. And then Aaron Rodgers, we seen him do this 3 times and make it 4. Hail Mary before the half. Allen Lazard, yes, it's a touchdown. Hail Mary, 4th one we've seen of his career there.
I couldn't believe Aaron Rodgers got the ball there. What a throw from the old man.
He still got it, 41 plus, but Greg Zuerlein, let's just say the leg was not there. Windy night in MetLife, missing that one there from 32 yards. No good, little doink.
Ooh.
It won't happen again. Next drive here from 43. It's not going to happen again. A double doink.
Oh.
How?
And you wonder why he became a painter painting those uprights. Instead of sending the ball through, be the kicker. Do your job.
Tyler Bass seeing those 2 examples like, no, I can hit mine 22 yards away, basically an extra point. Bills up 23-20. So Rodgers needing a drive to tie and take the lead with 4 minutes to go. He's done this so many times before in Green Bay. The Jets, can he get it done? No. Fumbles the ball. Their Bills recover it. But wait a minute. Let's take a look at it. Incomplete pass there, Ronnie. That rule.
Hey, the helmet on the elbow, I think, saves him here. I thought he was bringing it down, but the right call at the right time.
Later, Rodgers buying some time in the pocket up to Mike Williams. Tries to come back for it, but no. Teron Johnson diving in and sliding in for the interception. Bills take over. First turnover of the game for either team. Underthrow there, but Bills drive 145, and you got Allen with legs here. All you need is a first down. They get the W here.
Unbelievable.
Easy win here, Ryan, because, look, Allen could do this. They win this one 23-20. 7th win in the last 9 games versus the Jets. And Jets fans, yeah, looking like Aaron Rodgers. What went wrong? First win versus the Jets at MetLife Stadium in 3 seasons for Buffalo. Josh Allen now 8-4 in the last 12 career starts versus New York. And then Aaron Rodgers losing a record through 6 games for the first time in his career. Not good, 2-4. 3-game losing streak after starting 2-1 for the Jets. Their 7th loss in the last 8 games versus the Bills. But after the game, Jeff Olbrich on the opposite side of this, saying not to count his guys out despite their record.
I think there's always a sense of urgency. There has to be. You know, that's just the nature of this league. But at the same time, 2-4 is we are by no means out of this thing. By no means. I know the character of that locker room. I know the way we will respond. I know that. I thought this week's process was right. I thought the way we were prepared was exceptional. You know, and we got to start stacking these weeks of exceptional preparation. And I promise you it'll start to pay off on Sundays.
Yeah, it seemed a little ridiculous. Yeah, some of them seemed really bad, including the roughing the passer on me. That's not roughing the passer. Might as well play sarcastic ball if we're going to call those things. And I thought the one on Kinlaw was not roughing the passer either. So, you know, I was feeling good all week. I thought we're going to have a big night on offense. And, you know, again, this should have been a 30-plus point game on offense, and this shouldn't even be a conversation. Well, I think there's concern, but that's important. You know, we need to get going. This was a golden opportunity. Some games you win in the NFL, and some games you give away. This was a giveaway. I mean, we're terrible in the red zone. We missed 2 field goals. Didn't convert on a 2-minute drive. We had plenty of chances. Had the momentum, had good drives, moved the ball up and down the field. So disappointing.
Our number 1 goal is to make the playoffs, and you do that by winning your division. So we understand the gravity of this type of game. Us being 4-2, a 2.5 game lead with the head-to-head win, as opposed to being 3-3 and being second place. So Big game for us in terms of where it stands in the grand scheme of things. Though it was the next one, and that's why it was the most important. And we'll turn our attention to Sunday.
Well, who knew the AFC East would look like this? Of course, the Dolphins in their QB situation, the Bills trying to get right, and they do so now 4-2, but the Jets 2-4. The Bills helping their case there because they were on that verge of maybe 3 in a row, but that's not the case. The Jets still have something to do after they said bye-bye to Robert Saleh because it doesn't look any better in that East Division.
Ryan Harris still kicking it with us. And Ryan, we heard from Josh Allen kind of go through the math of the way the scenarios change in the AFC East because of that Bills win. We heard from Aaron Rodgers basically saying they gave this game away. And despite the way this one ended, does it feel like the AFC East is the Bills to truly win and run away with?
It does feel like it's the Bills to truly run away with. And look, the Jets just lost this game. If they make 2 field goals, it's a different story. But the way that the Bills played, they were so physical, so quick. Even towards the end of the game on that final first down for Josh Allen to pull the ball and run for first down. I mean, the Bills were on fire, and they had so many weapons. Collins, Knox, you can go through the line. It was an incredible performance throughout the night, and it was key plays, long sustaining drives, converting third down, and the Bills were there for all of it. And don't forget, fans, the Bills had been embarrassed just a few weeks ago. They came out like a team determined, and they were so productive on offense without Cook. It's shocking to think about who can stop them when they're playing like this and when Josh Allen takes care of the football in the way he did. You add the defense wrap and then that interception by Johnson, that might be the best interception all year. These Bills are for real and have talent on both sides of the ball.
For every bit of it, though, like the Jets were very much in the game yesterday with opportunity after opportunity to maybe put it away and start to pull away at that. You see Aaron Rodgers giving the Hail Mary, maybe turning back the hands of time a little bit with his play. What grade would you give him from last night?
I give Aaron Rodgers an A. Look, if they get it, when they get in that red zone, especially in the first half, they had 2 penalties in the red zone. But Aaron Rodgers was finding Lazard, finding Wilson, finding them all throughout the game, moving in the pocket. You mentioned it, Zach, that throw before the half. I mean, I don't think anybody knew Aaron Rodgers had it. Everybody was willing to let him do it. Okay, Aaron, go ahead. You got it, buddy. But he did. He had that throw, and it was a perfect dive. So they have all the pieces to continue to make a playoff run. I'm with the Jets head coach. They're not out of it. And if you have to say that, right, if you have to say, hey, we're not out of this yet, and it's week 6, going into week 7, I mean, come on, that's a tough place to be. But the Jets, they have to get together outside of the game, outside of the building. They look like a team that needs to get dinner together because they still got a great opportunity to get in the playoffs, albeit probably as a wild card now.
Yeah, so you talk about a wild card potential for the Jets if they hope to make the postseason. Now sitting with 3 straight L's, 2-4 overall. The way the season sets up for their schedule, maybe there certainly are some winnable games moving forward for this team. But yes or no, is the season over for the Jets?
No, the season is wide open for the Jets. It may be tough looking at those 3 straight losses. And I mean, you had Breece Hall going off yesterday. Aaron Rodgers making throws. The defense still playing well as well. Quincy Williams. Sauce Gardner got outran one time, but was pretty locked down outside of that. These Jets can go to the playoffs, can win in the playoffs. They looked like a team distracted, and they looked like a team on a short week, but you're at home. You got to overcome the obstacles, both mentally and physically, to perform, and they just weren't able to do that enough. Yes, you could blame the kicker, and if you score touchdowns without penalties in the red zone, you don't even need your kicker to win you that game. They're close, but they got to come together and play for each other a little more to make it to the playoff.
Maybe talk about playing together. This is a team that hasn't had all of their pieces from the very beginning of the season. Some breaking news is coming out right now. Our lead NFL insider, Jonathan Jones, reporting that Hassan Reddick has been granted permission by the Jets to look for a trade. Of course, he has not been there all year long. What does this do maybe for the team, for the psyche, if he does get traded and some pieces come back from him at least?
I was going to say the first thing it does is get that front office going. I mean, they're answering the phones, right? Because if you're having this conversation, and as you mentioned, Hassan Reddick really hasn't been a big piece of the Jets so far, but you're letting the league know that you're willing to deal. And some major questions will come up for the Jets if they are not able to win a couple games here in the next few weeks. I mean, they have to start winning. Otherwise, I mean, Hassan Reddick's not going to be the only player on that roster that's able to be traded. But they're putting the league on notice that, hey, we're interested in entertaining phone calls. And it absolutely has an effect on the locker room. You don't know where you're going to be. You don't know if you can plan even to give your family tickets to the Patriots game or the Texans game on Thursday Night Football down the road. I mean, those are questions you really don't have answers to right now when you hear news like that. But the right move by the Jets, open the doors, start business early.
Yeah, week 7, the next game against the Steelers for Sunday Night Football, a game you figure the Jets need to win to end this losing skid. Never a L taken when we get to top it up with you, Ryan Harris. We appreciate you for your time, and always is a pleasure. And of course, even more pleasure can be found on Sundays when you tap in with the NFL Today crew. They get you ready for all the slate of games, starting off at 1 Eastern on the East Coast. So Sundays, noon Central. Make sure you check them out.